Welcome back to Tech Tips. It's been a little while, but I have a fresh tech tips that will help save you a bit of time and money, and it's as simple as we're going to try and stop hop rubbers tearing when you're taking them out the hop unit. Now this is something I've been doing for the past couple of years, where I use this particular one's made by Nuprol. It's just a degreaser and cleaner, so you could probably use a electrical contact cleaner, something to that accord. It's essentially just a fast evaporating solvent that doesn't leave any residue. Now the reason is I don't want to use silicone. Now what I'm going to be doing is essentially lubricating this hop rubber so I can get it out of the hop unit without leaving that rubber behind. You pulled the barrel out, the hop rubber stayed in there, and you've damaged the mound of the actual hop booking itself. So I'm just going to take this out quickly. Now I've selected this particular one, so hopefully you'll be able to see with the contrast of the orange against the backdrop, you'll be able to see a bit better. Now inside of this there is a G&G green, if I'm not mistaken, and it's pretty well wedged in there. If I pull this barrel out, I'm going to pull the barrel out, and more than likely that hop rubber is either going to get caught in there or damaged trying to extract it. And these things, yes, they're fairly cheap, but if you're a full-time tech or even a part-time tech, you could get through one of these a week, one of these a month, and it soon adds up over the course of a year. So if we can just save ourselves a few quid by lubricating them first with a bit of this, it'll just, you know, it's a bit more cash in your pocket. So let's have a little look. Obviously there's a couple of points we can sort of lubricate with the degreaser and cleaner. One of them is the top hop window there. I'll just point it with a screwdriver. I'm just going to spray a little bit in there. I'm also going to spray a little bit round the barrel clip. So all being well, that should be enough lubricant, because it's essentially like a water, well it's not water, but you know, like a solvent. It's going to work its way through here and provide enough lubrication for me to pull the hop out without damaging it. So I'm going to spray a little bit in there. Obviously make sure you've got PPE on while you're doing this, you don't want to get it all over you. And we're just going to let that soak in for a second. And you'll notice now this should start to come out relatively unimpeded. Now the trick is to get this out undamaged. If we can get this out undamaged without having to replace it, happy days. Because you'll often find, especially between builds, more often than not, you'll have to change the hop rubber several times, and in the time of changing that different hop rubber you might knacker 2 or 3 in the process. And there's nothing worse than when you're trying to find the correct hop rubber for the job to suit that particular hop unit, and you've got a pile of knackered hop rubbers where you've put one in, it's way too tight for the job, or it went in easy but it didn't come out very easy. Now this isn't going to be super appropriate for everyone, it's not going to work with every job, it's not going to work with every hop rubber and hop unit combination, but it might just save you a couple of quid on the odd occasion. You don't have to get the Nuprol one particularly, this is what I find works for me, and because it's a fast evaporating solvent it doesn't leave a residue or anything like that, and it doesn't attack the rubber because it's just not there for long enough. So once you've got it all out, you can then clean it properly, put that to one side. Now I don't recommend you use this sort of stuff to install a hop rubber with, because you're going to potentially trap solvent between the wall of the hop unit and that hop rubber, and that will eventually eat it away. That's a job for like a little bit of silicone oil or something like that. But to help extract those hop rubbers without damaging them, get yourself some degreaser and cleaner. So that being that, I hope you found this tech tips useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all soon. Cheers chaps.